Welcome to the Whiskey Vault.
I'm Daniel.
I am Rex, and this is a whiskey.
This is a whiskey from Patron Saint Cliff Smith.
Cliff Smith, you magnificent.
Did you not hear any? I just said Patron Saint Cliff Smith. That was not my fault. I was not even slow on the delivery of Patron Saint.
But you
just legitimately didn't listen.
You don't think I can make this your fault? You want me to make this your fault? You want to see if I can make this your fault?
No, I know the gymnastics you're capable of.
Cliff Smith, as long as you understand the gymnastics. You patron saint of whiskey. Thank you, Cliff Smith.
By the way, when I said a couple weeks back, like, I really need to get a new knife. I can't find my knife. I got like 6 knives in the mail the next week. Yeah. You guys are amazing. Yeah. I already said thank you to a couple of those people, but also thanks to Richard Mansour, Will, Garrett Rain, and then John McOwen did send this one.
Yeah.
And there's a couple more that showed up with packaging obscured.
Right.
And so I don't know who sent it, but I got a knife.
Yeah.
So if you sent one and I didn't say your name,
right,
please comment and let me know, and I'll give you a heads up.
Just this is neither here nor there, but I'm just running so low on Cybertrucks right now. I don't know why I threw that out there.
I'm running low on 5 Series BMWs, and what else do I want?
That's all I really want.
Oh no! I want a boat.
Oh. Aren't there, like, we need to talk about getting a Whiskey Tribe boat, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
No, like, this is not a joke.
I did ask Kimberly, and she was like, they're skirting the laws.
Well, I like skirting laws.
Yeah. Okay. Tell you what, once I've divested myself of ownership of the distillery, and it's only yours, and I'm just, like, running things, but I don't have my name on it,
wait, are you on
then
staff?
I'm in.
Are you on staff? Like, do you take a salary?
I do take a income from the distillery. Like you do.
So how does that work? I get all the risk. And you see, I'm gonna chop your salary by like a fifth.
No, you can only do that once you're the only owner.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
And then
first we have to make you only owner.
And all the money that I'm not paying you, I'll hire a team of lawyers.
You're gonna need them. All right, this is actually a super interesting bottling to me. Look at how light this is.
Oh wow.
This is 3-year-old whiskey. It's a blend.
This is one of the lightest colors I've ever seen.
Yeah. It's a blend of 60% grain whiskey from Scotland, 40% malt whiskey from Scotland.
How young is this? This is so
It's just minimum 3 years to be Scotch.
Man, even 3 years is surprising to me. That is so...
This smells like what we have when it's like 1 month in the barrel, in the baby barrels.
It's fresh new making, man.
Yeah.
It's got that musty sweetness. There's a fruitiness behind that.
This just goes to show you, man, that the temperatures and the barrel impact in Scotland on used oak, and like, good night. No wonder they have to go for 15 years to get something of real color. This company is super cool. Cliff liked this because it has the whole comic book vibe that you dug.
That. That's really cool.
So this is a series from PM Spirits. PM Spirits is actually, I think, in the U.S., but they work with Spain.
Yeah.
To do a whole bunch of bottling of different things. They had originally started working in cognac, which isn't Spain, but they were working with a Spanish company. Mm-hmm. And so what they did was they sourced the Scotch from Scotland, had it bottled in Spain, and then sold over here. So the PM Spirits run called the Street Pumas. There's a bunch of spirits under that. So there's a blended Scotch, there's a gin, there's a vodka, and I think there's a rum.
So what did Daniel forget?
Daniel forgot
this. What is this?
The tie-in comic book to one of the whiskeys that you actually reviewed recently.
Yeah.
And it's a legitimate comic book series.
So there's a full-on comic book that ties into these bottles?
Yeah. They've got a line of different spirits, and they're basically doing like a Marvel arc on these underground bootleggers that are distributing this. Yeah. It's cool.
Do the more you know thing on the screen right now. So if you put this under my nose, blind, there's so much commonality between new makes across categories and nationalities. That I would be hard pressed to nail Scotch right out of the gate.
Oh, I would name malt. I don't know if I would name Scotch.
Yeah.
But I would tell you immediately, this has got malt new make in it.
Yeah.
Right? And it's not a bourbon new make. Definitely not a rye new make.
Because we've had plenty of other new makes from other countries that were, malt new makes.
Now, this isn't 100% malt, so my guess is the 60% grain could be corn, actually. And so it could be actually 60% corn. But when they do grain spirit in Scotland at that level, they're distilling it higher than pot stills typically distill things.
Actually, I like that taste.
It smells just like the new make coming off of our still.
I like the taste a lot, and again, I am very surprised that it is 3 freaking years old, man.
There's a hint of smoke in there. I mean, it's
a wisp.
It's a wisp.
Barely, yeah.
And it lingers. It's in the long oily aftertaste. This is way more rich than I would have imagined on flavors.
And I don't think they got deep into the tails because oftentimes, if there's going to be like a wet dog, cardboardy type of funk, that's going to be very, very prominent in the new make.
They couldn't have gotten away with a 3-year-old if it had been a bad cut.
Yeah.
Wherever they're sourcing this blend from, they're making good whiskey. Yeah. I'd be really interested to see what happens to this when it actually sits in a barrel.
Yeah, the thing with new makes is you can find, there's good new makes, just in and of themselves. They're enjoyable, they're nice, but more often than not, they're never going to be as developed, as multifaceted, as nuanced, as layered. There's not going to be as much going on.
Well, and keep in mind that all a new make has is the part of the flavor compounds that are created before it goes into a barrel. And so it's all the things that are created from yeast and fermentation and from cuts. And that's a pretty narrow spectrum compared to what you add to it once it starts interacting with charred wood.
I keep wanting to say, this is good new make. But
it's not new make, it's 3 years old.
Right.
Yeah, but it tastes like that's it. It tastes like a really good new make that's a promising potential whiskey.
Yeah. Saints fan 39475. That's important. You have to get the numbers in there. Rex fights.
Wait, 39475?
That's the one.
Okay.
That's the one.
Got it.
Rex fights for ice near 2 centuries. Suddenly, when ice appears, Daniel says, "Ice? No. That was my thing. Have you no shame, sir?"
39475? Is that what it was?
It's 39475. That's the good one.
Yeah.
Of all the Saints fans, that's the best one. The most wise and learned. Michael Allen, I have a good question. I bought a bottle of 20-year-old Scotch in 1980 and never opened it. Is it still good to drink? If the seal is good, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. If the seal on the bottle is good, if you find a really old bottle, as long as it was sealed well, it's going to taste identical to when they put it in.
I mean, they pulled the Shackleton thing out of the ice. How many years was that?
Yeah, part of that was the temperatures, though, sub-zero, you know.
Still, there's nothing intrinsic about, whiskey over time that's going to...
No, only wine does that.
Yeah, off the top of your head, do you know, kind of the tipping point for wine where they start to get a little bit too old? And
I don't.
Yeah, maybe it's different.
It depends on the wine.
Yeah, it's
right. So
different.
I don't know that there's a standard across all wine.
Yeah. Have you had a wine that's too old before?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not the best.
No.
That's not good at all. Yeah. It tasted a lot like flat soda.
Yeah, with a slight hint of vinegar in the back end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you want us to quality control that bottle, that 20-year-old...
Yeah, just go ahead. Send it over inside of a boat.
Yes. Now, how much of the law skirting was really happening?
All of it.
But the thing is, they're from another country, though.
Yeah.
So American laws are like...
No, it doesn't matter. They could totally get busted for that if somebody wanted to.
I want a boat's the point.
I know.
We need a Whiskey Tribe boat.
I know. And I really want it to be one of the old school, paddle back boats with double-decker hangout sections.
I think there's a lot of context we're not giving. Yeah. There's some people doing some whiskey things on boats. And it's like, wow, how are you able to do this?
It's maritime law.
This is basically they're saying it's maritime law. It's on a boat. We can do whatever we want.
Yeah, but it's in a river. It's not actually true.
We can buy a boat? Hell yeah.
Yeah, I actually called our lawyer. I was like, is this true? And she's like, no, it's not true. I was like, damn it.
But you know what? You find me a lawyer and a judge that's willing to play ball. We'll get a boat.
So yeah, send us 2 boats. One for us and one for the judge.
Here's the fighting, stealing, and drinking.
You know this is going to be used as evidence at some point.
It's all memes.
If you fight me, fight for a friend.
If you steal me, you steal your lover's heart.
And if you drink, may you drink with us.